Mr. Bowman 941 says, I have a 2010 Mercury 25 horsepower four stroke. It is peeing strong. I ran about 7 miles and then it threw the running hot alarm. Still peeing strong, but it only runs hot at higher RPM. Couldn't even get on plane, but I could idle it all the way back. No issue. The water stays cool. I'm not sure what my issue is, being that I have strong water pressure. I did just have a jack plate installed, and this was my first long run with that, but this all happened with it completely down. Motor sits level with transom as it came off factory. Couple different things could be happening here. Our 2010 Mercury 25 horse has a water tube that goes up and sits underneath the power head, and there's a gasket that goes around it. That gasket can get hard, can get brittle, can get buildup corrosion around it. The tubing there can rot out, and it's a 25 horse, so there's not much of a power head there for water to flow through. If that hole where the water goes up through the engine is, say, normally this big, and it's got a bunch of blockage that's now this big, that creates pressure. You got water pressure, but you don't have water volume. So you're not cooling at high RPM like you normally would. Volume and pressure, two different things. So it could be a whole bunch of different things. You're talking about a 15-year-old engine, and yeah, that's one of the problems that with that 25, 30 horsepower engine, that is generally where you see the problem is the water tube could have an issue with it where it's getting water up there, you're getting pressure, but you're not getting the volume, so it's not cooling at high RPM. But then at the same time, your jack plate could be an issue too, is if you didn't have an issue before the jack plate, and now all of a sudden you put the jack plate on there and now you got an issue, I'd be looking at where that engine height is. And also, is there any kind of obstruction getting, messing up the water that's getting to the engine? Because if, again, volume and pressure are two different things. But if it was the jack plate and you were ventilating, then you'd probably lose pressure because now you're running aerated water through it. So a couple different things that you need to be thinking about there being, was it fine before the jack plate? And then two, but when I say fine before the jack plate, don't misunderstand me, because before the jack plate, was the engine running like 2 days before, not 4 years ago. Like if your engine was running fine 4 years ago, you added a jack plate this season, and now the first time you ran it in 4 years, it's got this problem. Two different situations there. That's a whole nother topic. Jason Watkins says, what do you think about Proline? I have a 2003 22 Bay, which I've noticed that the hull is laid out very similar to my old 2000 Pathfinder 1810V. I don't have a strong opinion on a Proline. I think it's more like a budget brand boat. I don't have anything like, oh my goodness, it's a big problem. I just don't. Prolines are all right. I mean, that's the way I see it. They're all right boat. It's a budget brand. I mean, you got what you got. Like it's an 03 22. If you are happy with the boat, then it's a great boat for you. So I don't know about the layout of the Proline versus the Pathfinder, though. I mean, if they're very similar. Once you get down to an 18-foot boat, though, layouts are pretty similar. Like it's an 18-foot boat only has so much opportunity. The 22 versus an 18, though, that's four different feet. So you would think there would be a little bit more difference in the Bay boat versus the Pathfinder 18 footer, but maybe there's not. Hey there, sorry to take you away from the video, but real quick, did you know that on average a boat owner will spend between $1,000 and $5,000 a year just on servicing their engine? And you could actually pocket and save a lot of that money if you would just do the service yourself. It might seem like a daunting task, but I guarantee you virtually everyone can do it with our guidance and the Boaters program. This is just one skill that you could learn inside the program because we have hundreds of other videos teaching you all kinds of boating skills, as well as a weekly live stream where we have questions and answers with me, as well as a chat feature where you can send videos and pictures, ask all kinds of questions, or look for some advice or some guidance on a project that you're doing on your boat. You can join the program by hitting the first link in the description, clicking join, or visiting bornagainboating.com. Now back to the video.